guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my bestie Sophia.
Hi guys.
This is going to be a little bit different video than what I usually do, but as you guys can tell by the title, it is a story. It's pretty interesting to me and I thought I would share it with you guys. So we're gonna start.
Little spookers. So basically a lot of people have been hitting me up on Instagram and whatever, even like Derek and stuff, and asking like, why are Ryan and Carol at your guys' like house all the time and blah blah blah.
The whole summer.
But I mean, obviously they're moving into their new place and stuff here in Vegas, but the reason that they actually decided to move here was because of something like a little different, and not that many people know, just like our close friends and family. Only people that have been to your old house.
Because if they see things, like they're asking me and I have to tell them. You know what I mean? But things don't happen all the time, but there's like things that happen sometimes and it's like, oh my god, like. And
I was encouraging her to just like share the story because it's to me it's interesting because I didn't live there every day. So for other people,
but she's been there when there's been like episodes, and I'm just like, I don't know what to say, and so I told her, hey, listen, I think my house is haunted. Like this little guy. You see, dogs really hate each other right now. You see, he's like possessed. He's possessed right now. So I bought the house 5 years ago.
It's in Southern California.
It's in the city of Downey. Shout out to Downey. No, anyway, so I bought the house like 5 years ago, and everything was cool. Like when you, I mean, when you came to my house the first time, like 4 years ago, everything was cool. Like we were so happy, we were excited. It was a little fixer-upper.
New house. It was built in the 50s,
it was
so it's like a little older.
1952. Okay, there's been 3 owners, and
we didn't really know anything about the house.
I didn't. Like the history of it, I didn't really know anything about it, but I was just happy and I was like, okay, my first house, let's buy it, whatever.
And the realtor was like, she was like really, from what you told me, she was like, I don't know, she was she was into like, kind of like the history of houses.
She knows everything about Downey, by the way. I mean, she loves the history of Downey. She loves like, she knows when like the first house was ever built in Downey, which is kind of weird, but anyways.
And she's like a little like, just like kind of eccentric, I guess, like kind of like
eccentric. What does that mean?
Like just like kind of just different. She was like a different chick. So
yeah, she is.
Like,
but she's super cool. So we ended up buying the house, whatever. We were so happy.
And she was telling you guys about like the history of the house.
Yeah, she was. And there's only been 3 owners so far, and there was a little girl that died there.
And she literally told them to that. Yeah, she like hinted at it when they bought the house.
But I thought she was kidding around because she's kind of like she likes like ghost stuff, and she's all like about spirits and stuff. So I was like, oh, this lady is lying, whatever. But I was too overexcited that I didn't really listen to her. Yeah. But when things started happening, I was like,
dug into it.
I dug into like, okay, what really happened in my house?
What was like the first thing that happened?
So the first thing that happened, well, little things happened throughout. Like I
ignore it.
I misplaced everything, right? So I thought it was me. So my makeup, I have like this vanity, right? And I would put literally like my lashes somewhere. But okay, I have all my lashes, or I'll have like my makeup palette. The next day, I could never find them. Yeah. And like 3 or 4 days later, it just showed up in the same place. And I even took a picture one time because I was like, okay, this is really crazy, because I know that I put like, I had bought like an Urban Decay palette, and I put it in a certain place, and I took a picture. The next day it wasn't there. Yeah. That's when I was just like, oh my god, where's this palette? 3 days later. But even then, it's like you're like, okay, well maybe like Ryan took it or whatever. I had asked Ryan, I was like, if you touching my stuff, because Ryan loves to clean up after me. But 3 days later, the palette showed up in the same location. Spot. So I was like, okay, freaky. But I started like, that's when I started doing my first like little research, CSI like investigation. And I was like, okay, something is going on in this house. I don't know what the hell, but that's how it first started, with like makeup stuff, or like with hair stuff, or with hair ties. And but it's like you could deal with that, like whatever. I didn't really like, I dug into it because it scared me a little bit, but I was okay, whatever. And then I was coming out to Vegas a lot, so I was just like, whatever, I'll just deal with it. But whenever Carol first started like researching the house is when she found out about like, I guess the little girl had passed away or whatever. She was house really young. Yeah. And then the second owners were there for like what 6 months. Yeah, so like the second people that bought the house was like a family, and they were like super excited, just like you guys, and then they literally left in 6 months. They left in 6 months. So that's already weird. I mean, some people do that and bounce around, but this was like their forever home. But it was not even like they were not trying to flip a house. It was like 6 months over there, and then we took over the house. And when I started digging, the little girl's initials, you know when someone buys a house and the sidewalk, they like put their initials or whatever, the little girl's initials is still in the back of my house, dude. So like, the weird thing is like, so like the makeup stuff started happening, and then when I came into the picture and like started going to Ryan and Carol's house, it was just the makeup, and then you would wake up like in the night and hear like the doors and stuff. Yeah, or the lights will flicker. But I was okay, this is an old house, like maybe the electrical or something. But then we started doing like all renovations on my house and Carol's house around the same time.
and Carol did all new like electricity.
Electrical.
Yeah, all new electrical,
plumbing,
all
everything.
new plumbing, all new everything, door hinges, all new doors, everything. Not because of that reason, but just to fix the house.
To fix
up.
the house was a fixer-upper. We had to knock this big wall down to redo the kitchen, just to make it like an open floor plan. And when we knocked it down, like the contractor was like, "Hey, listen, there's a bunch of stuff that I want to show you." And I was like, "Oh my god, what is it? Like, did I strike like gold or something?" That's the first thing that came up to my head.
It was like literally like a scary movie. Like there was like little dolls, and they were like super creepy with like their eyes all like
yanked out.
Yeah.
And like their hair was like
all
chopped
gross,
off, like
yeah.
weird. And letters. There was like letters inside of a wall.
There was like letters in like Latin, like not Spanish or
So
whatever.
I couldn't
like,
read them. I don't know. Like I should probably try to go get them
translated.
But
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
it's
really
hella
care for it.
scary. Like
I got scared, so what I automatically did, I threw all that stuff away to like, you know,
Cleanse
get everything. And after that, that's when you told me about the like holistic cleanser or whatever.
Yeah.
My Mexican ass brought like a priest, like bendición mi casa, like everywhere, and then we got the holistic like person to come and like put sage or whatever all over the house, and things were still happening.
It was like even worse after you threw all that stuff away. It was worse because that's the first time I didn't care, but I didn't see anything happen except for after that. And then whenever we stayed at the house, Derek and I were in the guest room.
Yeah.
And it was weird because they have this like little attic door and like a crawl space up top. It's very scary, but it's like, okay, it's an old house or whatever. But Derek and I were like laying down and we were watching a movie on my phone, and we hear like, and like it was coming from like over and then stood on top of like where we were at, and me and Derek were like, what? And Derek and I are like, Derek's so skeptical about everything. And he was really freaked out. We ended up sleeping like in the living room, and I told Carol, I'm like, you guys have like a squirrel up there or something,
or a rat.
Yeah, but it was like human footprints.
Like a footprint.
Yeah, and like so we were even scared about like squatters or like someone living up there or whatever, so we like looked, but it is really creepy. It's like a little attic, and then it has this one teeny tiny door that like a little person would live in. It's like teeny tiny, and you open it and it's just like a little box. It's like pitch black in there. It's really scary.
I think that's what she used. I don't know, but my assumption is like that little attic room, like back in the day, like in the 50s and 60s, they used to have it like a kid's room, or like, you know, maybe they locked her up there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I was just thinking of stories because all this stuff happens in that little attic.
Yeah.
You could hear a lot of things happen in that little attic.
There's a lot of like just footprints, a lot of doors closing, and it's to the point where like you can, for me it's like, okay, maybe it's this or maybe it's that, but like then as soon as you start hearing like little like laughs or like little like voices, that's really like, you can't unsee that. Like you can't like shrug that away. It's there for sure. So it was really scary.
And they know she's like, I know it's that little girl. Like people are always saying like, how do you so positive that you know it's that little girl? But she's like curious about makeup.
Yeah, she's not like really like.
Well, lately she's gotta be.
Yeah, and the dogs get really freaked out.
That's when we've been here for like the whole summer, because like my dogs were literally like, you know how like you could see like they could feel like a sixth.
Our dogs hated going over there.
So like when her dogs go to our house, they go all under the bed.
Yeah.
Like they're all scared, especially Harley. She's like a big
yeah.
lab, you know.
And they're never like that.
But my dogs will literally sit down and just look like a weird look, and just look at a corner and just start like growling like all the time. And I'm just like, as soon as that happens, I get super scared. I just like run out the house because I don't. It gives me like anxiety attack. I don't even know what. But I've had like multiple priests go there, multiple people, and just we usually come for like the summer, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. But this last time I was like, what like I thought the most scariest part was when like I actually saw like a little shadow like run, and I called her and I was like, oh my Jesus, is it my head or did I just see like, and it was like a little girl, like everybody thinks I'm crazy when I say this, so I don't like telling people, but like it was like a little girl like in a flowery dress with like 2 pigtails, and she just like kind of flew like that, like she was flying, and I called her and I wanted to FaceTime her.
So scary.
And I was like, I'm laughing now because I was so scared at the moment, and then I was when I told Ryan, I said, Ryan, let's just go to Vegas for a little bit. And we haven't gone back after that. I
think it's just like, you know, I think a lot of people are skeptical about stuff like this until it happens to you.
Until you see it.
Because even I was, but then it's like when it happens, when we're staying there and stuff, like it's scary because you feel like you're not in your own home. You feel like you're in someone else's territory.
You are.
And like you're like, they're upset that you're there. And I just think that like you've had so many people come and like try that it's just not going to go away. I think she just like literally comes with the house. And you almost have to have someone live there that's like into that kind of stuff or something. Basically, that happened, the door thing happened for us, and that was enough for us. Like, if you guys noticed, we haven't gone to California in a long time, and that's just because...
And we're going soon because of her wedding.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are staying at my house.
Yeah.
But you know what I noticed is when there's a lot of people staying, she doesn't come out. Like, she will not. But if it's just like the 4 of us, but I have like 8-10 people staying at my house for the wedding, and I hope like she just doesn't come out. But I'm gonna go in there with like my fucking bendiciones, and I'm gonna like do whatever I can. I literally pray every morning because it just freaks me out. But it's just really bad energy, and
it's just interesting for people that are like going through the same thing. Maybe they like have the same experiences. So if you guys have experienced anything like that, comment below and let us know.
And let me know what I can do.
Yeah,
guys, thank you so much for listening to my long story of my ghost at my house. There's a lot, but if you guys want to hear about it more, let me know. Comment below. And yeah, thank you guys. Love you.